When you have the real thick binding up here and very little recurve at all, that means you have that thickness too thick where it's supposed to be thin, and that allows it to flex. There was no flex in the top. Whenever I tried to flex it, there was no flex in the top or the back. And one of the major things that needed to be fixed on this mandolin was the contour of the top right here. This is supposed to be a gradual move. The fingerboard extension right here was almost touching the top, and I've got pictures to show that, to reflect that. And what I done was I just graduated this whole top down. I went inside of it and looked at it structurally, make sure that I had enough meat to work with, and I did. And also right here was just extremely, I don't know if the pictures really does it justice, but it was extremely, this came straight from the top crest, straight out right here. And there was no recurve at all, no dip or nothing right there. And that's just no good for tone. So what I done was, as the pictures reflect, I came in here and I took this down. I added all of this right here, recurve. I went in, and this has nothing to do with the sound as far as the recresting of the scrolls, just beautification, but that I'll explain that later. But got the top to where it was flexing good, and I had to take this has got an arch fingerboard, a radius fingerboard on it. Whenever I took it off, to get this contour correct, I had to also take the extension off. So I took the extension off to where I could get down in there and just get all of that really good and get it to flex right. As you can see, I added the recurve in the top, and added the scroll crest and everything, even on the back. And it, as you can see, it was a tobacco burst, but he wanted to go with a lighter. John wanted to go with a lighter color, and I thought that was a good choice. So that, but when I got into this mandolin, I discovered that it had a quilted back. And in the pictures, in the beforehand pictures, before I ever touched it or anything, just documentation pictures, you could see a little teeny bit of quilt in there. You know, if you twist it a certain way, you could see a little bit of quilt, but it was by no means you know, a priority as far as getting that to reflect and getting it to live. But with me, it was. And after I addressed all of the flexibility and the tone and all of that, I went after the playability and the cosmetics. And what I'd done was I stripped it down. As I began to strip it down, I mean, obviously this right here was also very, very heavyweight around through here. I added the recurve like the master model. Up here, it was rounded, and we all know these mandolins, it's got this crest right here. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing Gibson done. I love it. So, you know, sometimes they just got rounded off or they were left fat. And so what I done was I come in here and I scalloped that out correctly. I brought it up and just brought the graduation right up along the edge, put a nice crest there. This right here was extremely thick. Almost, it was just way too thick. I've done the same to that side, added the crest here, fixed some binding issues in the corners right there, and the neck, as we all know, these F12s had the mahogany, beautiful neck, love it, but very, very bulky. I got pictures also reflect it. I took a lot out of the neck on both sides and slimlined this neck and really gave it a nice, more of a V-type, you know, a common shape that I do on my McClanahan mandolins and all the makers do today. Also, one real predominant change too was right here. From the, you know, just from the original from the factory was just rounded and very fat here, but I added that, you know, lore-esque look right there that we all do on the mandolins today. But this, whenever I started taking this down, I saw and it's really hard to get the light to work right in here, but I saw that quilt coming out, and it was just absolutely beautiful. And the pictures below shows it much, much better, but it's just covered in quilt. And I was so pleased to see that. And it's just got a great sound, as you heard on the video clip. But that quilt is just absolutely amazing.